On day 2 of the NFL draft, in round 3, the Chicago Bears draft Kiran Amegadjie, offensive tackle. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your #1 place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Sir Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. And the Chicago Bears have drafted Kiran Amegadjie, 77th overall in this year's draft. This is an offensive tackle who was a pretty unknown factor in this draft, and a lot of people actually had them on their board as somebody who could be a potential steal in this draft. 6'5", 323 pounds. He has that arm length of over 36 inches as well. This is a guy who has really good athleticism, elite arm length that I just talked about, power, strength. With that said, he's a guy who can really be aggressive as well. He has a lot of tools in his bank at that offensive tackle position. Not the best in pass coverage, a really good run blocking guy. Has shown some potential in pass pro as well that can really grow in that time as well. He's very versatile as far as the scheme that you have him use, and he doesn't really get overpowered a lot. He's experienced in dealing with the bull rush, something that Braxton Jones is not. And not to say that he's going to come in and really contend right away for a starting spot to take that away for Braxton Jones. This is more of a long-term play by Ryan Poles to bring somebody in there from Yale. He's smart. He understands the game of football, things like that. But, you know, he's going to be somebody that to keep your eye on and see how they grow and develop him. He has really good lateral foot quickness as well, really good motor, solid agility-wise. So this is a guy who has that combination of power, strength, and quickness as well, and that is what makes him such a versatile potential steal here for the Chicago Bears at that tackle position. Is it the tackle that many Bears fans would have wanted or talked about, or was talked about mostly even by me? No, but he is a guy who has a lot of potential. Now, some of the concerns with him as well. Some people say he can be a little bit overly aggressive, which can lead to undiscipline, which you definitely need there on that offensive line. We've already seen penalties and things hurt the Chicago Bears on offensive drives. We don't want that again. So that's something that I look at with coaching as well. And he did suffer a pretty serious quad injury as well last season, which has led some people to ask if he's going to be even available to really go this season. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, he hasn't faced the best competition because he did play in the Ivy League, so it doesn't really match up with what other D1 schools really play with. So there's some question with that as well. And then he also lacks some polish, reportedly, with his hand technique. So you're looking at that kind of gearing around and coming around is there as well. But he has all the physical tools to develop into a starter. And most mocks that you have in draft analysis does say that he could develop into a solid starter at the NFL level. So the long-term potential for Amegadjie is super high. It's just comes down to the question of if the Bears are going to be able to extract that. Are they going to be able to develop him the way that they need so that he can be at least a rotational tackle? Like I said, upside of being a starter, a solid starter, right? Maybe not the highest where you're looking at him as one of the best tackles in the league, but he does have that upside to be a solid starter. And with his versatility to be able to play guard and tackle, it adds to what Ryan Poles has really done here in this offseason already of adding people and pieces that can go and play multiple positions on that offensive line. That's really what Ryan Poles has kind of geared this toward, maybe because of the health issues that we've had on that offensive line, really kind of focused on the health aspect of it for these players so far on the offensive line that he's brought in. So Ryan Poles goes out and shores up the trenches a little bit, right? We'll see what the long-term potential of that is. And if he is fully healthy in training camp, I would not be surprised if maybe he is used to push Braxton Jones a little bit. So we'll see what the long-term implications of that are. But so far, the Bears got a nice, raw potential guy in the 3rd round who has tremendous upside. The biggest question is, will he hit it? Does he have the motor to hit that upside? And will the Chicago Bears offensive coaches be able to extract that out of him? So we'll see what happens there. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the pick down below. Make sure you're following the show at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
been a presentation of the Break Media.